You may feel like you live in such a small town that there are not other women like you. I know that I often feel like this. What was that? Oh, that was my suitcase. I'm sharing this week's video from the St. Regis in Bahia Beach, Puerto Rico, and I want to talk a little bit with you about how I got here and share just what this trip is kind of all about. And I think you'll find some really good information or food for thought, if you will, about what kind of relationships that you should be building and you should be networking into your life if you want to level up a little bit faster and have that network that helps to build your net worth. I want to share a little bit about how I first got here. It's story time. So, grab a cup of coffee, grab your tea, grab your water, and let's sit down and chat for just a few moments. I'm here with a really good friend of mine. Her name is Sequoia, and we have been friends for about 3 years now, give or take. We actually met each other as accountability partners during another online program that we were going through for our business development, and just hit it off. We decided to set every Tuesday, actually, we would go ahead and talk on the phone, make sure that we were sharing what progress we've made that week, what we're hoping to be making progress on in the next week so that we could hold each other accountable. I think that these types of female relationships are really important to your level up journey, just because many times we have some women in our lives that we are going to have fun with. Those are our friends that we might call to go out to dinner, just to go have a very casual evening, let loose a little bit. And as elegant women, yes, we do let loose from time to time. Maybe you're in a marriage or maybe you're not, but you're working on building your net worth. You know that you need someone that is going to get you to look at things from a different perspective. And so that's what Sequoia is, and that's what we are for each other. We both offer value in different ways to each other with what we're trying to accomplish, but we both have similar goals that we are currently working on in life and in business. So not just business, but even with relationships and our feminine energy, all of that stuff is what we are typically chatting about and having conversations about. This is a key that I think a lot of women miss. So you may live in a small town or you may live in a large city, but my point here is that you perhaps feel like you are the only woman who is on this journey and you're scared to share it maybe because of the judgment. And I've talked about having fears of judgment in this video here if you want to go back and take a look if you haven't seen that. The fear of judgment is something that I think holds a lot of us women back the most from a level up journey and really achieving the life that we want, the business that we want. There is a huge factor for us women that we want to be accepted and we want to be loved. We want to be able to have a community. Thanks to the technology we have today and all of these platforms like YouTube and Instagram and even LinkedIn, we can build these kinds of relationships, ladies. I think that it's super important for you to look outside of the box. Now, your environment is key, and I'll talk about that maybe towards the end of this video, and maybe I'll make another video about environment, and that's sort of the reason why I'm here. But you really need to have some relationships that are going to give you those other perspectives, those different perspectives, and cause you to think a little bit more outside of where your comfort zone currently is. And you should stay consistent. For example, Sequoia and I chat most every single week, and it's been that way for a few years now. There's some weeks where either one of us hasn't been feeling well, or we've had client meetings that come up during our normal time that we speak, but we still continue to have that consistency in our relationship and our friendship. So that way, as we progress, we can continue to build each other up. Building each other up is so important. If you find somebody like I did through an online course or program, then you would want to be offering them some value and having that person as well offering you value. It's not like if you give me one thing, I give you one thing in return sort of mentality, but it's just that mindset of no matter what in a relationship, I'm going to bring value. I'm going to bring my strengths and my thoughts, and I'm going to share those freely in the right situations and moments. Let's talk about the competition that sometimes I see in the leveling up community. Sometimes I think that there are a lot of women, and many of you have been so supportive here on this channel. I think that when you come with a mindset of support and it's not a competition, there's room enough for everyone in this world to be giving back what they are bringing to the table. You will succeed in your network building. So don't come into a friendship or a relationship that you're networking or building. I like the word building better than networking, because I think networking sometimes says that I'm just looking to get something out of you, but you come and network with your value, and that is the difference. So it's never a competition. There's always plenty of space to go around in the world, and if you keep that mindset, then you won't really ever feel like you were missing out on something. That fear and that need to want to control is something that in a relationship with anyone, man or a woman friendship, you have to let go a little bit. You have to be able to use your energies together, which I talked about in one of my other videos as well, in order to continue to build and level up. So does this type of friendship or this type of relationship with someone sound like something you need in your life right now? Here are some of the things that you can do in order to find someone who can be your leveling up bestie, your business bestie, your personal cheerleader. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Here are some things you can do. The first thing is you should figure out where this person is going to be hanging out, both online and in real life. Especially if you live in a bigger city, you have a lot more opportunity than you probably realize to go to some of the local hangout spots, more of the high-end areas typically, and meet this type of person. The other option that is, of course, always there is meeting someone in an online community. The way that Sequoia and I met was through a course program we were taking that had a Facebook group. And one of the things that the instructor encouraged us to do was to find an accountability partner. So there was just a post out there looking for accountability partner, and I got a couple of responses. And so Sequoia was one of the ones that was actually very set and clear on her goals, and so was I. And so we kept on with our relationship and built it up, networked, continued to grow. You may have to talk to a few different people, and that's okay. Don't be discouraged if the accountability partner that you end up seeking out first doesn't work out. Sometimes it may take a few tries and a few conversations to go ahead and ask the right questions. You'll get much better as you go along meeting different people at identifying what this person is going to bring to the table and the way that I can bring my best to the table in order to meet in the middle and grow from there. That is, in a nutshell, what I did. I just put out a post. We commented, hello, I'm looking for an accountability partner. Hello, I am too. And we got on a messenger call, started to just do the usual introductions and explaining what our goals were, how we wanted to set up our calls every week. And from there, we have grown into a larger relationship. So hopefully those tips will be helpful for you. Now let's talk about what I think about the environment you're in and what that has to do with building these types of relationships. So I'm in Puerto Rico right now. I'm at the St. Regis. I'm on a resort. This is a casual but luxurious environment. So I'm wearing my swimsuit. Actually, I'm not sure if you could tell this is a swimsuit. And I have my hair in its sort of more natural state that I just did put some gel and effort into. So the environment is something that you can tune your energy and your image and all of that too. That's why I think it's so important. You're going to feed off of the environment that you're in. So you really need to think about how the environment affects everything that you do, not just what you wear, but the way that you think. We've mentioned this before, that there are some areas that we think would, of course, be the right environments for us to achieve our goals a little bit faster, a little bit more with a little bit more ease. That means that we have to work really hard in the environment that we're in now, no matter what that looks like for you. It may be that you are afraid to walk out on your street. It may be that you live in an area that is very remote. Really think about and brainstorm ways that you can get to a better environment for you. I think that it's important here not to limit yourself at all. You may find that other people in your life will tell you that you'll never be able to get out. You'll never be able to have enough money to get to that city that you're dreaming of moving to for the better opportunities. You can't think like that. Limiting beliefs in this leveling up world do not suit you. They are not in your best interest to continue to entertain in your mind. Think about the environment that you envision living in. Maybe it's the countryside where there's more peace for you to be able to sit down and work. Maybe it's you want to raise your family in a more peaceful environment. You want the luxury. You want the $1 million condo, the multiple $1 million home, right? So you need to think about, how am I working towards that type of environment today? And it is an everyday thing. So Puerto Rico for me right now is something that, now that I've come down here to actually look at it and sit in the environment for a few days, it is something that really feeds my soul, and my creativity has just really come out and blossomed. The time has flown here. I can see that looking out here out of my window at the beautiful, lush greenery, the warm weather, the ability to be able to speak Spanish with people, that's something that just lights me up. It's not that where I live now is not nice. It's not that it's not a wonderful home that I am thankful for and grateful for, but there is something about the environment of a smaller town for me personally. This is my personal story and journey that stifles me a little bit, and I know that the life that I'm working towards, the life of affluence that I'm working on, is going to be one where I have multiple residences and I am a part of multiple different communities in this space. As a feminine woman who is married, I'm working on just making sure that I keep my husband and his wishes in mind as well. We are both doing this together, and we're figuring out how we will make the move eventually somewhere that we feel both of us can light up our lives with the energy and the opportunities. And Puerto Rico has a lot of opportunities for us going on right now. So if you are Puerto Rican, if you have moved down to Puerto Rico, let me know in the comments what you think about it here. And I would just be curious to hear your thoughts. More on Puerto Rico and Instagram if you want to go and request to follow me there. I've started going back through so many different requests and letting the actual accounts in. I'm keeping bots out. I do share more personal things on Instagram, so you can see more detail about this trip over there. So I wanted to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here with me each week. Please don't ever hesitate to leave your thoughts down in the comments. Try to keep it respectful as much as possible. I love hearing your thoughts on different topics related to leveling up and improving your life as a feminine woman. Next week, I will be back with another video. I may even upload some during the middle of the week, so stay tuned. But until then, I'm wishing you a lovely week and a lot of joy on your leveling up journey. Thanks for watching. Bye.